Good afternoon everyone. Today's session we will discuss about the dependency graph. So already all of you know that this is the grammar. It is what type of an grammar? It is an S attributed STD. So S attributed STD. So there are two type of the STD. One is an S attributed STD and the other one is an L attributed STD. So S attributed STD is an STD where all the attributes associated with a grammar symbol depends on the value of their child nodes or by itself. And L attributed STD is an STD where the attribute of the grammar symbols depends on the value of their parent or the value of their siblings or by itself. And this is an example of an S attributed STD. And last class I told you about how to write the S attributed STD, L attributed STD and the annotated parse tree. We took one example and we wrote the annotated parse tree for both the L attributed as well as for the S attributed STD. So today we'll discuss about the dependency graph. So what do you mean by a dependency graph? Dependency graph is a graph which will shows you how the attribute values or the informations will be passed from one attribute instances to another attribute instances. So it shows how the information or the attribute flows will be flowed from one node to another node. So that is a dependency graph. Then how to construct this dependency graph? There are three steps you need to follow for constructing the dependency graph. First step is, for every node in the parse tree, you need to have a one node in the dependency graph for every attribute associated with an grammar symbol or every node of a parse tree. That means, suppose here if I am having E determine something, E plus E, okay. Suppose if one attribute associated with this, one attribute is associated with this, while two attributes are associated with this. One is inherited attribute and one is an synthesized attribute associated with this. If this is the situation, then in the dependency graph, I need to create a one node for this, whereas a two node for this, two nodes for this. Means for each of the non-terminal, how many attributes are associated with that non-terminal, you have to look at that. And so many nodes has to be created in the dependency graph. So if this is the parse tree what you are having, then you in the dependency graph you will be having like this 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are the, one is for the inherited attribute of the E and the another one is an inherited attribute for the synthesized attribute for an E, like that. So that is a first step. So first step, what is the first step in writing the dependency graph? So we need to construct the parse tree. In the parse tree, for every node, depending on how many attributes are associated with that particular node, so many nodes has to be created in the dependency graph. That is first step. And the second step is, suppose if I am using the semantic rules associated with the production, which will compute the synthesized attribute associated with any of the non-terminal in terms of some attribute value, say A dot B, then there should be an edge from A dot B to an B dot C. It is simple. The value of associated with this non-terminal is determined by the value associated with this non-terminal, then or associated with this non-terminal, then you will have an edge from A dot B to an B dot C. What is this B dot C? It is an synthesized attribute associated with an B. Okay. And you can write synthesized attribute associated with this is obtained by A dot B. Then you will have an edge from A dot B to the B dot synthesis. And suppose if I am having any inherited attribute associated with any non-terminal, suppose if its value is determined by some B dot C, something like this, anything, A dot C, something like this, then again you will have an edge from the A dot C to an B dot inherited. So these are the 3 steps that you need to follow when you want to write the dependency graph. So as a simple example, take the simple example. So that is E determine E plus T, something like this. So one value is associated with, one value is associated with, one value is associated with this. Then what we need to do, how many nodes you will have in a dependency graph? One node for this, one node for this, one node, because only single attribute values are associated with all these non-terminals. So one node, and here the value of this depends on value of this. Therefore, there is an edge from here to here. The value of this also depends on the value of this. So there is an edge from here to here. So finally, your dependency graph is this one. So this is called the dependency graph. That is called as a dependency graph. This is a parse tree and this is a corresponding dependency graph. It's a simple example. Got it? So that is how you will need to construct the dependency graph. And once I'll construct the dependency graph, now what is the order of the evaluation of the nodes or the attribute values? Means whether this is evaluated first or this is evaluated first or this is evaluated first. That order of the evaluation I want. So in order to compute that order of the evaluation, you will perform the topological ordering. All of you already studied in design and analysis of algorithm what is an topological ordering. Okay, suppose if I am having some graph like this. So what is a topological ordering? First I need to remove the vertex whose in degree is 0. That means I am removing one whose in degree is 0. So along with that I will also remove all the outgoing edges from this. Okay. Then 2 which is having in degree 0, 3. Then again I will remove this along with its outgoing edges. Finally 2. So this is an topological ordering what you are getting. Okay. For the any of the given graph. Okay. So that is how you will obtain the order of the evaluation. The order of the evaluation will be obtained by performing a topological ordering. Okay. So now I will consider this particular S attributed STD and we will do an construct the dependency graph for some example. So let us consider 3 plus 5 star 2 as an example. So it is L determine E N. Okay, then I have to start with the start symbol only. E determine T, T determine T star F. First plus has to be done, no? So it is E determine E plus T. Star has to be evaluated first. E determine E plus T. Then T determine T star F. F determine digit. F determines digit. Then T determine F, F determine digit. E determine T, T determine F, F determine digit dot lexical value. So this is 3, this is 5, this is 2, 3 star 2. This has to be done. Otherwise, we'll do one thing. This dependency graph, it is not possible to write with this space. I'll take the smaller example.